In my quest to get the best armor set in the entire game, I want the igneous extruder because I am so tired of making cobblestone generators. And for that, we need to complete Tech Chapter 3. Yes, we need a ton of flint in order to turn into powdered flint, in order to turn into gunpowder, and go down the line. I don't want to make another cobblestone generator, so I have secretly done something you guys have been begging me to do. Okay, I did it as a secret, and I did it off camera. But I used a compacting drawer and have used a regular drawer to filter out the flint. So we have 16,500 flint to work with, and you better be enough. Now, this did cost me to stop our cobblestone generator because it was lagging the world out really badly, and we were actually out of cobblestone. So, you know, this is very necessary. But all I have to do is pick up our little flint, and we are off to the races, and this is so easy. In order to do this pretty effectively, we're going to be building out a little factory over here, and remember, we have our incomplete anthraquinone ending up on this guy, and we can fling it as far over this axis as possible. So we'll want to end this factory on this axis. What we're making is chromatic acid, which is actually dichromatic acid. The quest book is wrong. And that is what will create the anthraquinone, but we can move this around pretty easily. For now, we just need to think about refined fuel. And that's going to be a little difficult because our refined fuel is here. And we need our refined fuel to be all the way over there. However, I'm seeing an opportunity with a pump here. I'm a clever Dejojo. One thing as well, we should probably get more crude oil because being completely out of it is not helping us in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it's hurting us. We'll need two things for this. We'll need a train schedule, which is just paper and a sturdy sheet, and we are going to need a chunky McChunk face, which is a chunk loader that just needs an integrational machine. Or an integral machine? Integrational machine. Train schedule. Oh, it makes 4. Oh, that's super nice. And here comes the integrational machine. Very nice. It has occurred to me, though, we don't have a whole lot of gold, and we need a whole lot of gold for this. But we can melt down this gold wiring as well as our raw gold as well, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal at all. And look at all the stuff we have already. While this guy melts down, let's go over what the train schedule is. These are really cool. They pull up their own little GUI. And we are going to have the train schedule is going to, I believe it's travel to station. Yeah, we'll start with traveling to oil pickup. Right, this will start picking up the oil. It will then wait, not as a scheduled delay, we will wait for fluid cargo condition, and that is going to be, we'll say, it has more than 100 buckets of fluid inside of it, right? And the only fluid it could be is oil, so that's pretty good. We'll then travel to oil drop-off, and we will have it wait once again for a fluid cargo condition, and that is going to be less than 10 buckets. And then we say loop forever, and there we go. That's the whole train schedule. It's super simple, it's super easy. And now, with this integrational machine, we can make the chunky McChunk face, which is a chunk loader, and the reason we're making that is because the train is going to go super far away, all the way through the nether portal, and we need to chunk load it. Hi, Henry. Now, I am going to ride along with our blaze burner conductor, just so we could set down the chunk loader, but as we see, we already head right off, since, of course, we have less than 10 buckets. And while we're heading here, if you've noticed these episodes are a little better edited than normal, that is because I'm not doing them anymore. So I want to give a huge thank you to our editor. Yes, that's right, our editor, Maddie, who's been doing an amazing job. So thank you, Maddie. She's watching this right now, of course. And why don't we do our Q&A of the day, which comes from Chips, and it is Dejojo mod pack when? I have no idea. I don't know if I'll ever make a mod pack. It might be fun, but I can't really give you a date because it's not something I've been thinking about. All right, but now we are here, and, you know, it's a chunk loader, so all I have to do is place it. I'll just put it on top of this guy like that. And now this chunk is forever and constantly loaded. And once this has, once again, 100 or so buckets of fluid, I know it can have 140, but 100 is just such a nice number. It will fill up and come back. And since this chunk is always loaded, this pump will always be functioning. So even when we're way far away at our base, this is still going to function. Like, impact it's going to have on lag is pretty much nothing since it's just a pump. Oh yeah, automatic blaze conductor. I love trains, they're so cool. And I probably should have set that to be higher than 100 buckets. Yeah, I probably could have had more on this guy, but whatever. Sorry, bro, that wasn't me, that was the blaze. Sorry. Dude, you gotta be careful, man. Do I smell diesel on your breath? You know you can't drive with diesel. All right, well, it worked. It worked. That pulls out so much so instantly. Yeah. Cool. Beautiful. So now this thing should be running forever and ever and ever, and we should have all the refined fuel in the world. The one thing I want to do is repurpose this diesel for a steam engine, because this will actually create a level 2 steam engine, because each superheated blaze burner is level 2, so we'll have 32,000 stress units to play with. Shouldn't be too bad. And I'm thinking, you know, we could obviously have a really cheap and easy pumping system up here as well. And just kind of like keep it all connected to this one boiler. I'd love to have this one big happy boiler thing. I think that'd be cool. And honestly, quite perfectly, if I were to put a pump right here, facing upwards, copper casing on this guy, like so. Pipe goes there. Oof. Ah! LPG bucket. Gotcha. Whoops. Make it glass. Make it glass. There we go. Now that goes in the right direction. Yipes, man. And then that, and then that, and then glass. Perfect. Then we could have a nice little infinite water source here. You can have your LPG back. No. Ah! So I think if I start pulling diesel into this guy, you need a straw. As I was saying, we should have level 1. Shouldn't you be a level 2? I guess I don't know as much about create as I thought I did. But okay, fine. Level 1 it is. Yeah, okay. Alright. I get you. Level 1. Fine by me. Suppose I could really upgrade this with more blaze burners and a proper pump here. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. What I will do is try to hook this thing into these cogs, though, so that it takes its speed and power. Oh, hey! Cool. That doesn't change anything. It just means that everything is a little bit faster now, which is nice. It doesn't even change the speed of things, actually, which is really kind of cool. And I don't mind that at all. The next thing I'm trying to figure out is where to set up these crushing wheels, as that is how we're going to turn the flint into flint powder. And then the next problem is going to be moving this refined fuel somewhere, because this steam engine... It does need to be this size for... Oh, I know why this can't be level 2. It's just the size. That's it. But it could be level 2 if I had enough fluid tanks. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Hold on. Wouldn't it? It would! Ah. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but I do want to get the most out of my diesel. And then we could just as easily have an arm here. Like that. And then we get our 32,000. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So now we have a fully functioning level 2 steam engine, tons of stress units to play with. And I'm thinking that goes there. This goes here. Why can't that go there? Oh, because evil. Because create mod is evil and hates me. And I guess we could just do this. Nope. See that spinning outwards? I need to be spinning inwards. There. But that's so unattractive. Maybe there's some way I could figure out how to make this work. I know they're not connected, right? Maybe there's just some magical way that I could get this connected. Like somewhere, somehow, this connects in. I'm gonna be honest, that would be kind of a miracle. Like that. That's not too bad, actually. It's a little geary in the back, but that's the back of it. Yeah, okay. Crushing wheels. Took me too long to figure it out, but the crushing wheels are good. And easy enough to just get the stuff in. Okay. I'm stalling. I'm taking too long. We have things to do. Eventually, we're going to have like a smart chute on the bottom of these, so it'll drop a stack at a time. But for now, obviously, the powdered flint needs to go somewhere. And that somewhere is going to be right on into a basin. And that basin is going to need to have refined fuel in it, because the way we turn powdered flint into gunpowder, which is all it's used for, is with quite a bit of refined fuel, about 200 millibuckets of refined fuel per gunpowder piece, but it does make 4 at a time. But that is why the refined fuel is so important. Hopefully that train comes back soon. I might have to add more fluid tanks onto the back of that thing to make it more, like, efficient, because we're just running on nothing right now. It will come back, right? Actually, something just hit me about how this looks. Hold on. We could totally change the game. There. Just like that. And it's already going in the right direction. See? See? I'm smart. I figure things out. I make things pretty. I'm Dejojotheawsome. Every single one of these episodes, I get closer to a mental break. This pack is destroying me. It's tearing me to pieces. I'm gonna have 2 shafts just for aesthetic purposes, right? Makes it kind of look like it's strapped in there. And it allows me to be lazy with engineering and call it an aesthetic thing. Aesthetics. Are they spinning? Oh, they're spinning in opposite directions. We'll have it on the outside. I don't know. It's a wall. Okay, did some more engineering, and right now we have this giant refined fuel tank that will funnel all of its refined fuel, well, not all of it, a bucket at a time, into this basin that will receive the powdered flint. Pretty simple, and I can just kind of get this started now since that's on a belt line. Right, so that's going to start crushing, and in just a few seconds this should have powdered flint inside of it. Perfect, 16 at a time, as always. And that'll back itself up on its own, and then boom, overstressed. Which is interesting because, oh, that's right, this all doesn't feed into each other. This steam engine is doing nothing. This pump specifically is running off of this factory buddy, who is now overstressed. Could I get this factory buddy hooked in? Yes? Yes. 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 Turn you into glass, pull you guys upwards, break you, go you, go you, go you. Why do we not spin? Because you're meant to be a pump. There we go. The steam engine got overstressed, didn't it? And then this. I did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! It only took way too much brain power, and now we're making gunpowder at a pretty phenomenal rate. That's amazing. Okay, good. The machine is coming together. Oh. Kind of, at least. Jeez. This is intense. Why are you sucking out so much refined fuel? Gosh, this is expensive on refined fuel. That train hasn't come back, has it? No, it hasn't. Something's wrong with the train. So, to turn gunpowder into glowstone, we need to make something called shimmer sand. Shimmer sand. It's this beautiful thing. And that's actually really easy to make. Just need to turn these guys back into regular glowstone, and we are schmooing. Alright, make us a little bit of shimmer sand for fun. Flint and steel. Beautiful. And what we're doing is if you drop gunpowder, of all things, into a magical shimmer fire, it turns into glowstone, which is really important for our purposes. So, we could actually have the shimmer fire, like, right here, right? We could do that, and have this drop directly on top of it. But the question becomes, how do we move the items? Now, if we could get a fan right here, that'd be phenomenal. But we couldn't, unless we used, like, a compressed creativity fan. But that would require fueling that fan, and I don't want to do that. Could have a fan right here. Drop it onto this, which is possible. It's still possible. Unfortunately, shimmer sand is proper sand and is affected by gravity, so there would be a little ugliness there. But a little ugliness is okay. Also, did that turn back into glowstone dust? That's kind of annoying. Oh well. Yeah, so what we could do here is get a fan and hook it up to this thing right here. I think this will push. I think this is a pushing direction. Nope, that's pulling, and pulling very quickly. Hopefully this doesn't push too fast. This might push too fast, which would be a problem. But we could then put a brass funnel on it once we have a brass funnel. Tell it to wait until it has a stack of gunpowder and push a stack of gunpowder all at once. And that would go into a drawer here. One thing we are going to need is actually a drain. We've used drains before, but just as a reminder, it's an iron bar and a sealed machine. We get ourselves an item drain. This guy's key to what we are doing here. Alrighty, drawer goes here. Perfect. I have made some brass funnels. We're going to start with that, telling it to take gunpowder in right now so the whole thing doesn't just start up. And then this will be another brass funnel that will only accept glowstone. So at the very least, if gunpowder ends up trying to hit that, it won't pull it into the drawer. It won't mess anything up. Now we can get ourselves the chrom item is what's next, right? So we have our glowstone and we have to literally drain it, producing a vial of chrom as well as chromatic waste. So we just need to destroy this, and I've seen a few ways to do it, and one of the ways to do it is actually with a piston. Just fire a piston at a block, and it'll replace it. So that's actually a pretty clever way of doing things, so I think we'll do that. And this is on the west side, so we have a pusher upgrade, and we can say, do push your items to the west, and I'll show you. Bam! Look at that, crumb! Galaxy brain, galaxy brain, galaxy brain. Now this needs to be dropped into water to make our dichromatic acid. And we can automate that. We'll light that fire. Ooh, that's so bright and brilliant. And then here we'll prepare for the dichromatic waste to just be spat out onto this block. And then we could very easily make a little piston pushing like clock that destroys it. In fact, we should do that now. All right, I'm putting it off because that's what I do, but we should do it now. It'll be annoying, but that whole area sounds kind of annoying, so it kind of checks out. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's pleasant. That's a pleasant sound. I'm gonna turn that down. I'm gonna turn that down. Still pretty bad, but better. There is nothing better about this. This is terrible. This is the worst. I can't wait till we get the nullifier. Once we get the nullifier, this is gone. Once we get the nullifier, this is gone. And we're almost at the nullifier because we have the Chrom. We have the Chrom! And of course, I am not going to forget to make a voiding upgrade for that drawer as well, just so things do not get out of hand, because, I mean, look, the voiding upgrade is the best upgrade in the entire game. Okay? It just is. It makes everything better. You know, now that I'm looking at it, this doesn't work because it's detecting the piston. What we probably needed to do was actually have an observer facing into the water. Right, like that. So the observer is looking for changes in the water instead of what I was doing, which was stupid. Okay, there we go. So now when a liquid block is placed here, it will work. And we can just try this by tossing 4 of the gunpowder into this thing. It will create 4 more Chrom, should make a full bucket of chromatic waste. Where did it go? I mean, this does work, right? Nope. Can you tell I'm really bad at redstone? Okay, I've been doing some experimenting on how to void the liquid properly, and I think what I'm going to be doing is using a smart observer, because we can tell a smart observer to wait specifically until there is the dichromatic or chromatic waste right here, right? And to get the chromatic waste, a bucket of it, so that we could filter this thing and show you guys that this does work, I could use some gunpowder that I turn into glowstone. Thank you. And put the glowstone in the drawer. It will turn into some more Chrom as well as chromatic waste, right? So I can take out a bucket of this chromatic waste. Beautiful. Beautiful. Please. Why must everything be such an ordeal? Create. Bucket of dichromatic, or bucket of chromatic waste. I can say, hey buddy, wait until there's a bucket of this stuff in front of you. Then we can take a pump like that, and it will place it there and do nothing. Do you not work on blocks like a regular observer? It does work that way. It should work that way. It just doesn't really work with fluids. You know what? We're gonna go for a temporary solution until we have a nullifier, because I've spent way too long trying to do this, and it is upsetting me. We're just gonna put a big old, this guy, just a huge tank. There, 128 buckets of this stupid stuff. And do a quick intermission to fix this train, because I really need it to come back. It's kind of messing everything up that it isn't back. We're just burning all the way through. Actually, I should use my schmoving spell. We're burning through like all of our resources. Boing. So why don't you work? Are you kidding me? Is that why you don't work? Is it because I didn't turn you on? I just didn't turn it on. It happens. It happens too often. Suppose I'll hitch a ride back with you, buddy. Did you just break my train track? Did you just break my train track? Ah, it's a good thing I carry spares on me. Where are you? Oh my gosh, you are the worst thing ever. You know what? Ah, I know I have a beam spell. Soul stealing spell. Go! Stupid ghast. Broke my train tracks. Okay, so the last steps of this for now is to take this Chrom, drop it in water to make dichromatic acid, and drop the anthraquinone in that. Now, you guys might be wondering, aren't I supposed to do this? Make these radiant explosions and stuff? I don't want to. You see, there's a secret that I know from playing Above and Beyond. You can put chromatic compound through the beacon beam, and it will instantaneously turn into radiant compound. And once we have the best armor set in the game, the wither will be essential. So I'm going to do this a little bit manual for the time being. But the chrom stuff really shouldn't be. And you know what I could do to make this easier on myself? Is stop being a silly boy. I guess I should turn my block volume back up. Hold on. There, now we can actually hear me play the game. Is I can have this push upwards like that into this, into a drawer that's up here that drops onto this. Yeah. Or actually, I'll probably do it back here. Yeah, I'll do it back here. So hopefully this drawer will actually be able to take items off of it. I would like that a lot. We should test that before we do anything. Well, pressure upgrade doesn't even work vertically. That's not actually a big problem. So we can do this. That was not right. We can do this. That should suck items up into this thing, allowing us to go one off the ground, like so. And then I'm just going to go off on a whim and say the drawer will have to be off to the side like this to pick up any items from this guy. That doesn't even look half bad for a spot to take in the waste. Of course, it won't work there, unfortunately, but it will work in the back here where it can be far away from anything. And then we could just do, like, this little structure here. 64 buckets of waste. Not bad. Then this, actually we want these. This will just drop items onto the ground like so into the water source. Okay. Now, I already preemptively made ourselves a smart filtered pipe. We can make ourselves dichromatic acid. Ta-da! And now what we can do is, this is where it's coming from. Unfortunately, it's kind of an awkward spot to have it. Actually, now that I think about it, this is not the best thing ever. This might require some really clever thinking. This might require some really clever thinking. No matter what, this filter needs to go here. And a pump needs to go out here too. The frame is about to get really ugly. We also know we'll need a couple of blocks because this will be the smart chute for the anthraquinone. So we're actually going to be targeting this block. This is where we would want to place the liquid. So let's see if that works. Oh, shot, it actually does. That's positive. That's very positive. These are just scaffolding blocks, by the way. No. That doesn't go out. No. That doesn't go out. That doesn't go out. You don't go out. You don't go out. You listen to me. You don't go out. Okay? So this next part took me a really long time. It ended up being an issue with the smart fluid pipe, which turned out to not be as smart as I thought it was. It took me forever to figure this out, but basically I just got the same system going up as we previously set up in the last episode, where we have water being pushed onto a block, and that block will have something dropped into it and converted into a special block, a special liquid, this one being dichromatic acid, and then we're going to fling our incomplete anthraquinone into the dichromatic acid, and finally be almost done with Tech Chapter 3, because we're not done yet. Okay, call me Dejojo the Grumpy, because I am so frustrated about that turn of events, but I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we have victory. We have victory upon this day. Victory, oh sweet victory, 'tis ours. Okay, finishing touches is getting this pusher upgrade to push downwards. So what should happen is we have a gunpowder go through here, turns into glowstone, it's drained, goes into the drawer, goes onto there, turns into dichromatic acid. Beautiful, and I'm not in the least bit going completely insane from this chapter. I don't get these things, man. You can't rotate it. It won't let you rotate it. It doesn't work. I am going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I hate how you work. This is nightmare, 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 nightmare. Now we can take an incomplete anthraquinone and cross our little fingers that if I put it on this guy, it will end up in there. Give it to me. Anthraquinone, it's ours. We did it. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Problem. 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 Bam, 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 problem alert. This drawer is just going to fling items onto the ground, and they will be bad. They will be unhappy items on the ground. What to do? What to do? Do I know what we could do? Yes, I do know what we could do. I do. I'm getting smarter. My brain, it's expanding. Chest there. Chest there. And you. Output. New problem. Incomplete anthraquinone. Will it reach its target destination with the funnel there? I'm thinking probably not. But I'm wrong. But I'm wrong. I'm thankfully wrong. I'm incredibly and amazingly wrong. That's stupendous, honestly. That's just stupendous. Okay, so this pusher upgrade shall instead push up. Same thing happens. Chrom goes into the drawer. And it goes in there. Okay. I have anthraquinone. I have a smart chute. This gets replaced with the smart chute. And the anthraquinone goes into the filter. The belt can go that way. You go into a drain, and then the anthraquinone liquid goes into a press. Yes. So I could actually just have a drain beneath this. Now, the vial that comes off of it needs to be flung all the way back over there. Or we actually could just pull the belt over here, which might be a lot more practical, actually, because then we could steal some power source from that belt. Yeah, I think that will be much, 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 much more practical. Gotta get these guys placed down again. My inventory's running out of space. That's how you know you're doing it right. And if I'm not mistaken, this, of course, is not going to function because it would look nice. Because it would look nice. Hee hee hee. And I guess what I could do if I'm really that concerned about it is this. Because I am concerned about it. I'm extremely concerned about it looking nice. There. Because if this thing is going to be so difficult to make, it may as well look nice. So now, the actual anthraquinone liquid can go into this guy. And output into basin. This is not going to be hard at all with just a diagonal belt. I never knew I could so thoroughly feel my sanity slip away from me, but it's first for everything, right? Okay, you ready for a test? I don't think you're ready. Wait. Why is the water not a-flowing? Did something break the water sources? Something did break the water sources. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice of it to do that. Alright, test. Test. Gunpowder. Glowstone. Turn it into a crumb. Go in there. Dichromatic acid. Beautiful. Incomplete. Anthraquinone. Goes here. What's wrong, buddy? Why don't you want to go over there, buddy? That is the block I want you to go into. Okay, try again. Thank you. Did that do it? What? Why? Why did it do that? Why did it do that? Well, okay, I mean, obviously that pulls into there. It just doesn't work? You just can't smart shoot onto an item drain? Okay, this potentially will work better with the smart shoot putting the anthraquinone onto a belt, it emptying it onto this item drain, and then the vial ends up on this belt, entering back into the loop. That is my hope. I will send this vial through. You'll see it'll process. It'll do all the cool stuff. And it should get flung over here. Doesn't want to. It once again just doesn't. It just doesn't. I think it's this, man. I think it's that, man. This is crazy. If I remove this, does it fling? No. What is stopping this from flinging? I actually have no idea. My next thought is, what if I target this block here, right? Would that make it more consistent because it would be targeting a higher block? That's very possible. It's very possible, and I like to believe. I like to believe. Now, it always seems to work the first time around, so I don't know if this first test is gonna be, like, good enough. But let's see. Yep, there it goes. It did the thing. Oh my gosh, look at all that. Okay. Next question. Does it work on the loop around? It does work on the loop around. Look at this thing go. This is not too bad. This is not too bad at all. Yeah. And we should get our first chromatic compound pretty soon. Obviously, I'm going to add more vials onto this thing. That'll make it run much better. Oh. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ah. Gosh. We're so close. We're so close. And I'm so out of video time.